Good Tuesday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's throttle up, get airborne for our full throttle primary live trade brief. Man, I am really excited for today. We're going to do a kind of a pre-launch of our newest service here at Top Gun Options called Tactical Trade Alert. I pre-launched it last night to our lifetime members. Tactical trade alerts. I gave them the S&P 500 brief that we're going to cover right now, or when we get tactical, because we got to talk about inflation and then what's going on with the war. But as you can see underneath tactical alerts right here, boom, we're airborne. So all these awesome Gucci reports that you've been seeing are done, unless you join our tactical trade alert service, which we'll talk about in a second. We're going to get airborne without you. So currently, let's go look. How many lifetime members are in there? Memberships, courses, products. There we go. Rate. Where are we? Tactical alerts. Yeah, so there we go. All the 215 lifetime members are already in there. So if you're not a lifetime member, you're going to have to upgrade. But so here's what we're gonna do. Friday at market close will be your last opportunity to lock in lifetime. So over the past 3 months, the lifetime membership has gone from 15 to 17.5. Right? We launched Solo AI. The 10 names in that portfolio and all that good stuff going on, which are crushing it. The Solo AI portfolio is destroying the overall S&P 500, which is awesome. And then now with the launch of Tactical Trade Alerts, the lifetime membership is going to go up to $20,000 investment. If you reach out to me before Friday at the closing bell, Friday at 4 Eastern, you can lock in lifetime at 15. Somebody emailed me the other day like, hey, I'm thinking about it. Do it now. It's an incredibly cheap call option because it's going to go up. And as you can tell, man, if this is what I've done in the past 3 months here at Top Gun Options, as far as new product services and performance, it's just absolutely insane. I got a nice chat from Paul who said, hey, man, with my one CBOE trade, my one synthetic stock position, I paid for my lifetime membership. I mean, one trade, one position, and it's insane. Catherine, lifetime keeps getting better and better. Thank you. You are welcome, Catherine. So there you go. Listen to current members. So let me give you my email. Wiz, if you are interested in joining Lifetime and saving, what's that, 5 grand, 25%, you got to act now. Wiz at topgunoptions.com. Everybody good? Everybody been briefed? Obviously, current Lifetime members, you're already in that service and you're airborne. Everybody else, you're not. So step one, if you want Lifetime and to get all this stuff for free for the rest of your life, shoot me an email and say, Wiz, I'm interested in a lifetime membership, and I'll hook you up. Other than that, if you're not ready for lifetime and maybe down the road, here's the link to join the new service, Tactical Trade Alerts. It's $97 a month. That's a crappy bottle of wine, or it's $9.70 a year, right? You obviously get 2 months included if you do the annual membership. What do you get? Well, I'm going to show you. I've been showing you what this is called a soft launch, right? I've been showing you the Solo AI report, the CBO, Chicago Board Options Exchange earnings report, the psychedelic sector report, which has been freaking fantastic. I've folks in my mastermind group and people on LinkedIn asking for a copy of that. The S&P 500 report you're about to see easily blows away any of the reports that I saw in Chicago from Goldman Sachs Asset Management, JP Morgan Private Wealth, and Morgan Stanley. So I am cranking this stuff out for stupid cheap investments here, and it pays for itself. Okay, so if you're not in Lifetime, if you're just in Solo AI, well, you're not in here if you're just in Solo AI. I'll talk to them separately, or you're just in full throttle. You don't have access to this. Okay, So there's the link to join. If for whatever reason you want to join me next Wednesday night, this is going to be the public launch. Here you go. Let me give you this link if you want to come next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. I can you can come to the brief, but you're essentially getting it now, and you've seen these reports, so you already get it. But there's the link if you want to send your friends. You will get access to the AI report and the psychedelic report if you opt in for this brief. But I've already given those to you. We're done, man. I'm done giving these reports away for free. I've prepped the battlefield for the past 2, 3 months, showing you this content. Now we're done. And then, the SPX one, I'm going to show you here when we get tactical in a little bit. I'm going to show you at the end of these. Going forward, we're going to have what? The trade alert in there. There we go. The bull call spreads that we're doing. And I give you, we'll review this in a second, but man, I give you my dot plot. There's a super bullish case scenario, which I think is going to happen. There's the bullish, there's the base case, and there's the bear case. So we're going to get into this in a couple minutes. But if you do not join tactical alerts or you're not in lifetime, you're not going to get this stuff after essentially today. All right, let's go. Ooh, excuse me. Let's go ahead and get airborne now. Oh wait, quick proud dad moment. My son got airman of the quarter in his first quarter on deployment, which is awesome. So even though I guess I dropped him on his head when he was a kid because he's in the Air Force, but I'll take it. First quarter on deployment, and he got airman of the quarter. So that's my boy. So where are we? Way overextended. We are, for the current market conditions, way, 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 way overbought up here. Here's the problem. The CPI, it's so funny, Jim Cramer and all these other guys, the CPI is the hottest we've seen in 3 years. So the inflation number came out this morning. CPI is the hottest we've seen in 3 years. Well, can you remind me of what was happening 3 years ago? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Joe Biden bear market. From January of 2022 to October, it was a 25% implosion in the S&P 500. It was a bear market. Inflation under Joe Biden was 9.1%. What was it today? 3.38 or something? I mean, and it wasn't that much higher than forecast, right? So, right, I'm in the wrong week here. Let's move over to the 12th. So, folks, I mean, last time it was 3.3. They were looking for 3.7. It was 3.8. And now everybody's clutching their pearls and their faces are melting off like they looked at the Lost Ark. This is, yeah, exactly. Remember that day? This is, so, again, 3 years ago. Holy crap. Inflation's transitory. Oh, so transitory was 3 years, 2 years. That's your definition of transitory. We also changed the definition of recession. Oh, I remember that. And we changed the definition of woman. We nominated a DEI lady who doesn't even know what a lady is. What a weird time in America. Anyway, that ain't good. This is not good. Zoom in right there, folks. Uncle Wiz is going to tell you again, and not for the last time, we need to raise rates. What? You heard me. And clearly, I'm about to get a Truth Social post blasted at me. Isn't that funny? Oh, you're some sort of Trump. Are you insane? You have no idea who I am if you think I'm some sort of blind Trump supporter, man. I like some policies, but folks, you need to raise rates right now. The Fed needs to raise rates, period. So we ain't get after this. I didn't look at my trade desk yet to go see how the Fed funds futures rates changed, but there is no way we get a rate cut the rest of this year, let alone, I mean, sitting on their hands at a minimum to we need a rate hike. I want that to sink in. So inflation raging, I'm going to use that word, and this. The president didn't even, he like threw the thing in the trash last night. He said, he's like, latest counter proposal I threw in the trash. I didn't even read it. I'm like, okay, well, this is great. Then what happened? Um, Iran expands the definition of the Strait of Hormuz. Oh man. Tehran signals its intent to widen its grip on the crucial waterway. Mr. President, you are failing. You're failing. In your desire to get a deal, I'm a deal, everybody gets deals. I love saying the word deal. You're failing. You have every asset in place, resources, intel. We know where everything is. We know to finish it. Finish it. Now I'm hearing like, well, maybe we will have boots on the ground. We'll have an international peacekeeping force to keep the strait open. So anything other than full, what happened? Was this in my lifetime? Do we remember Donald Trump saying full and unconditional surrender? This ain't a full and unconditional surrender, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? So why am I ranting about this? Because I'm in the mood to rant, but raging CPI, raging inflation, and Iran saying, you know what, F you. Now the strait's even wider, or we own more of it. Whoa. Whoa. So we are in a game of chicken right now, folks. They're not getting any of their oil out. They're spiking the wells. There's damage. I saw I don't know if it's Carg Island. It's leaking into the like Gulf. So they're not making money, but what's man. And I love the Democrats frothing at the mouth about 29 billion. I love Grok, man. I add Grok to them immediately. Like, hey, did this congressman have they wanked in the past 4.5 years about the hundreds, hundreds, not tens, hundreds of billions we've sent to a civil war in Eastern Europe? No, of course they didn't. Has this congressman wanked about the tens, if not in California, hundreds of billions in Somali Leering Center fraud? Oh no. All these posts about 29 billion, everybody could have free healthcare. Get out of here. Oh, Paulie Walnuts. So, and then these headlines don't help. If this is winning, I don't want to see what losing looks like. Now, I get it, man. It's all relative. They're bombed into the Stone Age. They live in the Stone Age. The nuke stuff's buried. No Air Force, no mine laying vessels, no Navy. But, you know, these shipping companies, folks, I get it. And Trump, in a moment of clarity, said that, right? I get it, man. These billion-dollar tankers. If I'm the CEO of an oil company, I'm not, sending. What happened to the U.S. Insurance Service or whatever that government agency is? We're going to undercut Lloyd's of London. You want to sail through the strait? We're going to insure you. But if you're a business owner, you're like, I don't kind of want to lose my tanker, even though you're going to cut me a check for it. It's going to take 30 years to build another one. And oh, by the way, there's 30 dudes on there that might die. So I don't feel, I feel great, but about this stuff, I don't feel good at all right now. At all. So we put on a Tredge last week. You gotta have one on, man. You gotta have one on. Um, this rally is getting long in the tooth. The MACD almost kissed right there, and another. We're doing these up, hover, up, really hover, up, hover, up, hover. We haven't had an up and other than a hover. But this is not good, folks. I'm not happy with the president and what's going on right now. Um, it ain't Raisin's fault. It's not Hegseth's fault. It's the president's. If I was his advisor, and this is why JD Vance is kind of done. I mean, good on him for kind of sticking to his guns. He wasn't a big supporter of doing all this. But he's been sidelined. It's Trump and Marco Rubio now, and Rubio's a good dude. I like him. I met him down here in Florida ages ago when he was a senator. Uh, we can't be half pregnant with this, man. We already talked about this yesterday in Solo AI. The president killed General Soleimani during dessert with Xi. All these smooth brain people like, oh, he's gone to the summit. Nothing will happen during the summit. It'll Are you insane? If you, I know Donald Trump as well as you do, but I'm pretty sure the guy, I think at the G summit would absolutely say, you know what, Raisin, go. I've had it. Punch him in the face again. Let's get their attention. Of course he'd do that with Xi to show that he can multitask, and it's a boss move. As the five families are meeting, one of the bosses just had somebody clipped. Whoa. So I think something will happen during the summit. I mean, I've seen all the reports that you've probably seen of, the one unnamed official quoted like the president, I think, is going to punch him in the face again one more time just to get their attention in the negotiation. So get ready for that. We've already talked at the S&P 500. The markets live where? In the future. In the future. We're also going to talk about Raytheon in a couple minutes. Why? Because that's starting to get off the mat now because war is going to happen again. So we'll talk about Raytheon in a couple seconds here. Mediator, Pakistan hosted Iranian military aircraft to insulate them from U.S. attacks. So it's so funny. Pakistan sheltered Iranian military planes. Shocker. He called it a piece of garbage. He's like, I didn't even read it. I threw it in the trash. Treasury imposes yet more sanctions. I know I'm an idiot, right? I'm a political science major, South Jersey, knuckle dragging Navy guy. I don't get it. How many times, and we saw this, I gave Biden and Cackles the same grief I'm going to give these guys. Today we have placed the hardest, toughest sanctions ever imposed on Russia. Oh, awesome. A month later. Now today is the what? I don't get it. We've put more sanctions on Iran or whoever. What? How many times do I have to tell these people? If you're going to, war is the ultimate failure of the human condition. It doesn't get any more dumb, stupid failure than picking up a rock and having to smash somebody else's skull in. It makes no sense. Well, Wiz, radical Islamic terrorists hate you for being a Christian. They want to get a nuke and kill all of us. All right, now you're talking about a just war. Now, game on. I can pick up a weapon in this case. If that has to happen, they're not going to negotiate. They're not going to listen. All they understand is force. Got it. Let's fucking kill everybody as much as we can, destroy everything that we can as quick as we can so it ends. So the dust settles and people go, oh my God, let's just stop this. Precisely. I'm not talking killing civilians. You guys know me. You know what I'm getting at. It needs to be shock and awe. Operation Desert Storm, man. General Powell, General Schwarzkopf, Donald Rumsfeld, I couldn't stand, but take the gloves off, man. So this is Iranian Foreign Minister. Everything we proposed in the text was reasonable and generous. However, U.S. has unreasonable demands. Enough. This is getting old. I've had it. It's old, Mr. President, and you're failing. We already talked about this, AI saving the Trump economy, all sorts of stuff like that. I want to get into the S&P 500 and Raytheon right now and keep us on time. But folks, let me give you a quick sit rep. Raging inflation and war. That has to restart, folks. I don't get that. I don't see how it doesn't. So isn't it funny? I mean, there's Trump the first. La 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 Biden. And then Trump, the second. No. Gotta fix it, man. Gotta fix it. The airlines in Europe are running out of Jet A or jet fuel. It's going through the roof. I'm doing a donor flight at the end of this month out in Aspen. For the love of God, and I might have to reschedule. For the love of God and all things holy, the jet fuel prices. It's expensive as hell anyway in the mountains to get the jet fuel up there. My God. I mean, and there's the Aspen premium that they charge you. It's obscene. So this is bad, and the war is bad. The president most likely is going to strike again. Does the market care? If the market cares, we have our trade on. If it doesn't, we got our bullish on America trades. one more time, I'm going to say this more for me before we get into the SPX. Here's where we are. Stop looking at the left side of the chart, Wiz. Well, even I can't even, I mean, let's at least go 2 weeks. All right, well, that's a rip for 2 weeks. Exactly. But man, when you really look at it, it does feel overextended here. One more time. This is me for me, but also for you. The market can remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent. But we are printing money in almost all of our positions. Paul, I'll cover that at the end. I got a flight schedule I have to stick to. We can talk about a new potential trade if you're interested, because the one I have expires on Friday. Not too shabby though, folks. I'm telling you. How many, people are like, when do you close your trade? I'm like, I don't. Well, I mean, if it prints money, I'll close. If I get a violent move in the direction of my bearish trade, I close it. Otherwise, I don't. Do you know how many times? Well, it's not a lot because it sucked. There was a couple times in my trading career where I'm like, man, that ejection seat was stupid. That trade was dumb. And I closed it. And literally after God saw my order fill confirmation, he's like, that's classic Wiz. Bang. And the market imploded. Most of the time, the handful of times this happened for the reasons that I thought. So one more time, I'm going to remind you, I never touch a trade unless it's for profit, because I guarantee you, you close it, your thing's going to happen. There, man, there was one time it was like literally the closing half an hour. I'm like, man, that was a waste of a trade. Boom! I'm like, whoa, thank you. I don't touch them. Okay, so TJ, I'm telling you, man, over $11. There you go, Brent. Look at what Brent said. He said, happened to me. Excuse me. And to Brent's point, he's not going to do that again, is he? Because it sucks. You're like, you know what? I'm an idiot. The commit criteria for me getting into this trade are still solid, and I blew it. That was stupid. All right, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk S&P 500 and Raytheon. It's exactly right. Stay with your commit criteria. So, folks, and obviously this is the last time you're going to be seeing the AI supercycle report. This is up to date with all the current intel from NVIDIA, Broadcom. I mean, this sector, man. One more time, we're making money as it inflates, and we're going to make money as it deflates. I didn't say pop. Amazon, Broadcom, NVIDIA, they're not going out of business tomorrow. Even if there's a AI bubble pop, call it, I think it's going to be a deflate. It ain't going to be a pop. This isn't the dot-com boom where pets.com or Eli, anything with a .com was valued at $1 quadrillion. And then when it did pop, it's like, wait a minute. You have a URL and a post office box. Your stock's going to zero. This ain't it. So we will see potentially an AI deflate. It ain't going to be a pop. So what am I rambling about? We're going to make money as the deflate. We'll make money at the inflate, the deflate, and the and all of it. So there's your solo AI report. If you're not in the tactical trade alert service, this is the last time, or a lifetime member, the last time you're going to see it. Same thing with the psychedelic report right here. It's updated. It's May. It's a couple days ago. All the critical intel on here. I am so excited about this space. You have no idea. There's so many more good things going on. All right. So finally, you ready? Here we go. This is awesome because people, now Barry, I'm moving everything into tactical trade alerts. I'm done doing double work. I'm done. It's over with. I've been working my ass off, man. Everything, all these reports are for lifetime and tactical trade alerts members, period. Okay. Because somebody emailed me the other day, like, hey, what's your, I'm like, watch the replay, but the commit criteria for your bullish on Merica trades. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to step through this because this is freaking fantastic. Just ask me. Because a lot of, well, I'm going to stop. Let's just go here. Here we go. All right. So this is a report and another reminder, we're going to, it's right here. Oops. Well, it's right there. Oh, let me, for the current lifetime members and people who are about to join, I'm I'm not going to um, post the whole report like over in this area, like you usually see on a replay. The videos at the top and there's all the text here. It's going to be right here, attached files. Does everybody understand this? Otherwise, I'm like pasting the entire report in here, and it's like right here. Why? I'm not going to do that, right? So, and it just downloaded again. So, does everybody understand that? Don't like click on the page and say like, "Well, I don't see it." It's right there. Everybody understand that? Okay. I'm not doing duplicate work, man. It's work smarter, not harder. Does that make sense? Everybody good? You're not going to see like a normal replay page like in the other services. Does everybody understand that? Just look over on the right. I'll remind you type of thing as we go forward, but I'm not gonna. We're not doing duplicate work. So one more time. A normal replay page has like the video at the top and all this text and the trades in the image right there. I'm not doing that. It says attached files right there. Everybody good? All right. Sorry about that. That was a loud cough. Just a reminder, you're not going to see a normal replay page. The top replay will look like this, like, hey, here's all the reports. But when you click on it, like, because I looked at the SIBO one here, let me click on it. Yeah, like it took me like 20 minutes to like post all this stuff over in this thread. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Just post it over here as the attached file. Work smarter, not harder. This is why I do a practice launch with me. And I looked at all this. I'm like, it looks good. I'm not doing that. All right. So here we go. Lifetime members, current lifetime members, and current tactical trade alert members. I don't know if anybody joined yet. It's right there. So you click on it. Here we go. So let's review it. This is fantastic. New all-time high yesterday, 74.28. It was actually 74.2897. Almost 74.30. Okay, so I did this in the middle of the day yesterday. Um, so let's talk through this. I'm going to give you the bullish, bearish, best, worst, everything scenario. Quick review. Quarter one, 27, let's just round up, 28% EPS growth in the S&P 500 names. 84% beat. Well, what is that? What's the average? It's 78% is the 5-year average record. How much is AI contributing to GDP? That's a solid chunk, and it ain't stopping anytime soon. The forward PE is about 21 times. That's above the 5-year and 10-year average. Okay, so let me, and you can zoom in a little bit. You know, when you get this, zoom in, not out. So look at this. Here's your dot plot, folks, and a little bit more. So I give you through. I'm going to step through these three cases here. Okay, the yellow line is I call it Super Bowl. What's your super bullish case, folks? 22%, which is doable. I'm going to give you the why it's doable down here. And this is really cool, folks. I had somebody test this out in my service. They're like, this is freaking fantastic, Wiz, because they're like, I love your stuff, but I don't have time for you to rant for an hour and then tell me the trades in the last 15 minutes. This they can read on their own, and it's my rant and this. So here's your super bullish case, 22%. The bullish case, the green line, folks, is 15. And there's the S&P target prices. I'll look at it in a second. Here's the base case, man. And then the bearish case. I'm going to cover all of it, folks. I'm assuming. Okay, so let me zoom out again. Here we go. Super Bowl, my 1-year target, ladies and gentlemen. So Barry doesn't say that on the order form. I was being a nice guy. That was 3 months ago. It's not. I'm done. This is the trade alert service. I'm pretty sure I said at the time, I'm like, this is what's going to be in the tactical trade alert service. I'll give this, to you for now. Not doing it, Barry. It doesn't say it on the order form. I don't think so. I'm not doing duplicate work. It's $97 a month, man. 970 for a year. Here we go. Super bullish case, the 1 year target. Here is my December of 2031 target for the Super Bowl, folks. This is why those 20,000 call options came out. The 20,000 call options are out. And looking at my math, we can see 20,200. What about the bullish? 15% a year. About S&P 16 grand. Okay. Well, and here's the drivers, man. I'm going to give you all this stuff. This is why I sat here last night reading this. I'm like, this is a GSAM product. I used to read these things back in Chicago. I'm like, my God, man, I'm not this smart reading. I can't even, am I allowed to read this? AI supercycle and the Trump stimulus, I'm going to get into in a second. What's your bullish case? 15%. Why? Earnings are solid. We get some rate cuts, not this year. And the Trump IRA and the Trump savings account, we're going to talk about. Base case, you know what? 12.6 by then. That's only, long run, average compounding. The bearish, only 3% a year. By December 31, it'll be 8,700 at the S&P 500. Why? Stagflation, geopolitical shock, whatever. Okay? So sit up straight. You ready? The super bullish case, folks, is not fiction. It precisely mirrors the S&P 500's annualized pace from the October 22nd low to today's record, yesterday's record, a 107% gain in 43 months. If the AI supercycle, the Trump IRA demand, and the earnings acceleration sustain even half that, folks, it's not a prediction, it's trajectory. You're welcome. Fuel's already in. Here's the bull case for my S&P target between 16 and 20 by when these trades expire. The fuel's in the tank, man, right? The earnings per share growth, 84% beat, right? All 11 sectors reported positive revenue growth for the first time in years. Net profit margin, folks, the highest since they've been keeping track when I was in Chicago in 2009. And there's the analyst projections. The AI supercycle. I'm not going to, you guys already know this. If you're not in solo AI, you're failing. But folks, this is, it's insane. JP Morgan forecasts 200 billion in AI data center capex. Unbelievable. I put some other stuff in here, but 55% of Americans are using generative AI tools. Okay. This is where I wanted to drop anchor. Listen to me. The Trump IRA and Trump accounts, man. Trump IRA and Trump accounts. He signed under 2 weeks ago, folks. Did you know this? Under 2 weeks ago, he signed that executive order. 50 million Americans with no access to employee retirement funds. They have, listen to me, I'm begging you. They have to invest in the S&P 500. Do you understand this? 50 million. The Trump accounts, the children's savings account that go live on the 4th of July. Talk about a date. He's going to be shooting fireworks on July 4th and reminding people about the Trump accounts. It's $1,000. Where's it go? It must be invested in low-cost U.S. equity index that tracks the S&P 500. Did you see Michael and Susan Dell? They pledged $6 billion to seed these accounts for 25 million children. If you're not hearing this stuff anywhere else, it's because everybody else sucks and I'm awesome. I'm doing the math, folks. This is how people are like, you should start your own hedge fund. I'd rather get my teeth drilled. I have zero interest in managing anybody else's money. I love managing mine. But I could not put up with little old ladies in tennis shoes like, why is the hedge fund down? No, thank you. But this is the stuff you would be getting if I was running a hedge fund. Excuse me. Every dollar that flows into these programs by law must buy the S&P 500. That is why I added up here a Super Bowl case. I already talked about the rate cut environment. Already beat that into the dirt here. He wants to be, you know, the Fed remains on hold with an easing bias if inflation cooperates. As of today's report, I did this yesterday afternoon. It isn't. Oil prices, primary inflation wild card. But even with elevated energy prices, the core PCE shows signs of deceleration. A single oil price shock resolution would open the door to rate cuts. Okay. Six straight weekly gains, blah, blah, blah. All right, technical picture. Breakouts confirmed, man. I already hit this MACD and stuff like that. Blah, blah. All right, so I'm a fighter pilot. I'm an options trader. I got to brief you on the threats, man. Bearish intel, Taiwan. Admiral Davidson, former Admiral or former Indo-PACOM commander, publicly stated the PLA was directed to be ready to invade Taiwan by 2027. Director Burns, Xi Jinping has instructed the PLA to be ready by 2027. The 2027 Party Congress is where Xi's fourth term gets decided. Taiwan is his ultimate legacy, right? So this would be bad. The 2026 annual threat assessment says China doesn't currently plan an invasion, okay, but has no fixed timeline. The Rand Corp warns the U.S. would struggle to win a Taiwan conflict. Exactly. Polymarket 92. I look at all this stuff, man. I'm bringing all this type of stuff into one place. Dangerous window. 2028 to 2032 range. That lands squarely inside my window here. Do not tell me you haven't been briefed. I've been so advised. A few good man reference that we did yesterday. So it's all in here. Taiwan conflict, 90% of the semiconductors and invasion would vaporize the AI supercycle thesis. So I'm briefing you on the threats. Iran war, Strait of Hormuz. I already hit all this stuff, man. So, Iran controls or can threaten the strait. 21% of global oil supply. The closure you already know it's bad. I even threw this stuff in there because as I was sitting here throwing all the what ifs, what are the threats out there to hurt our bullish on America trades? Man, we get another scandemic, plandemic. I already see the triple vaxxed and boosted crowd wearing masks. Susie flew out to Denver yesterday to help Jack move out. She's like, people are wearing masks again on the planes due to hantavirus. Awesome. Did you see Moderna and Pfizer stocks yesterday? The market is already pricing in a pandemic optionality. Great. Here we go. Hantavirus is not COVID. But I'm throwing that in there. Valuation of earnings and concentration risk. All that stuff in here. I'm not going to keep reading all this stuff. If you remember, you can go read this on your own. So here's the mission brief. The bullish on America trades, folks. These are longer dated leaps. I put the trades in here. Both are defined limited risk upfront capital, low to mix six-figure stuff. You guys already have these trades, right? This is essentially for new members who are going to join the service in the public launch next week. Everybody has these, right? This is the one that I already have on that's printing money, the 1516, and then I added the newer one that we talked about right there. Okay, so there you go, man. There's let's look at the bad. I did the math for you at the bottom here. What if the bear case happens, Wiz? Well, I will lose in those two trades $6,600. That's cheap, man. If 5 years into the future we don't hit the bear case, the least of my worries is going to be the $6,600 that I lost. Something else is going on. The base case, same thing. If we don't, I don't think this is going to happen, but I have to brief you, so you're briefed. What if your base case, the 15% a year, happens? $93,000. What about your Super Bowl? Things, it ain't going to be a straight line, but it looks pretty good. $293,000 for what was it? $4,000 investment in both those trades. How many of you would invest 4 grand today to potentially make 293 grand in 5 years from now? This is why these are great longer. We're trading the front months, folks. We're going to cover a Raytheon trade right now. But folks, deploy multiple ships. Trade the hell out of the front months tactically. Bearish double verticals, a tredge, a bull put spread, solo AI, and then have these in the future, man. The SPX trades. Okay. Any questions on this? This, I really, I don't know if you can tell, I'm very happy with this because technically I can shorten up the live trade brief ramblings and be like, boom, I'm firing one of these out. Let's go through this type of thing. Actually, I'm not going to do that because if you're not paying for it, you're not going to get these. I'm not going to do that. But when I see something, I'm going to be able to put one of these type of reports together and send it out as an alert. Okay. Not a live brief. This is just, man, but I love this because I'm old, man. I like printing these things out on a printer and looking at them. I like this. Maybe I'm just talking to me and people love the apps and all that stuff, which is great, but I like a report. Okay. Any questions on this before we move on to Raytheon? Which replay is this report attached to? TJ, it's not attached to any replay. That's what we just talked about. Up here at the top, folks. All right, so let's look at this. Tactical trade alerts right here. It's got a little clipboard, right? These mean they're live briefs, solo AI and primary. Now, I've clicked into the tactical trade alerts. I did this last night. I blasted this SPX trade that we just looked at. Up here, you click on brief replays. Everybody see that? It's right here. Tactical trade alerts. Click. And you can click the red button at the top, view the report and alerts, or you just click here, either one of those buttons. It's right there. It's right at the top. If you're in lifetime, you're already in here. There's 215 lifetime members that already have access to this. If you're not seeing it. You got to join the tactical trade alert service. Everybody understand that? Here's the link to join. Next Wednesday night at 7, I'm doing like a public brief, but you're not public. You guys are current members and you can join right now. I'm the same as you, Catherine. I look at me with my kneeboard cards and my Post-its, right? My whiteboard. I love it. I love the automation and stuff like that. But this, man, I'm so excited about this stuff. Again, looking at these 3 reports, this is about this S&P 500 report, easily a 10 grand product from GSAM. Psychedelic, about 4 names, half of that, maybe 5 grand. The AI super cycle report's a 20 grand report from JP Morgan Wealth Management. With the price, because it's giving you, especially with this. You guys know I love making fun of analysts that say, my price target for NVIDIA is 500. By when? It's 500. What? No, this is why they do that. Because they don't want to lift their skirt up too much and give what their private wealth clients are getting. Do you guys understand that? That's how this game is played. Any questions on this before we move on to Raytheon? Okay, so tactical alerts is live. Newest service, it's under trade groups on the drop down. You just click tactical alerts. This is the checkout page. Do the annual, folks. It's 2 months. You get 2 months included if you do the annual. As a businessman, I'd love for you to do the monthly, and because we make more money, but it's cheaper to do the annual. Any questions? Going once, going twice. I'll cover a little bit more of this tomorrow because there are like 20 or so people that are just in AR, accelerated retirement. So I'm going to give them, it'll be a lot shorter than this, but we'll be talking about that psychedelic report because they're AR. And after that, folks, that psychedelic report is going to go into the proprietary trade alert service because I need to get back into AR. I know we're still going to talk about psychedelics, obviously, but that type of report stuff's going into this. Because in AR, I need to get back into not just 80% psychedelics, Wiz, because somebody complained about that like a year ago. Like, you need to focus a lot more of your AR stuff on other stuff. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. Now that I've not putting the psychedelics to bed, obviously, because it's getting ready to explode, but they're grown up. or they're growing up, like Definium. Definium. I mean, these names are not lottery ticket names anymore. These are, look at SIBO, man, CBOE. My God, 100% profit in SIBO in a month. CBOE for my AI assistant taking notes. 3,100 bucks. Boom. Love it. Okay, what was I going to talk about? Oh, Raytheon. Here we go. I think war is already here, but war is coming. You got it, Mitch. So I love this. Look at this. So we're near death experience down to that 172 and a half, and we're getting off the mat. We, and I'm going to make a prediction. When, not if, we start dropping bombs, Raytheon's going to spike again. It's it. People will remember that, like, oh yeah, geez, these. Okay, why is my mouse freezing here? People are going to remember, like, oh yeah, defense names are pretty good. Told you, near death experience pop up here, and one more time. And this is, I don't know if it's more for me or for you or for all of us. Did you listen to the earnings? You didn't need to listen to them. I briefed you. We blew out Q1. It was disgusting. Let me raise our guidance for the rest of the year. And let me show you our order backlog. It's just physically impossible to meet all this demand, but we have enough business for the next 50 years. You sell that stock? Well, the market did. Yeah, look at it. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I get it. So commit criteria. If you're not in a long-term bullish trade on Raytheon, do it right now. But I don't like that we're dropping bombs potentially, but you know what I'm getting at. Let's go out. I forget when the president leaves, but let's go, between now and next Friday. That's a lifetime too. And the president said that too a couple of weeks ago. He's like, an hour is a lifetime in Trump time. So yeah, I don't know. So out the next Friday, easily something should happen. Waking up this morning to, I threw their offer in the trash. And oh, by the way, Iran just said they're expanding the Strait of Hormuz that they control. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound like you all had a good talk. So let's look at the Max Payne in Raytheon out the next Friday, just to help us narrow down a trade. RTX. And that's the 22nd. See if we got any activity. 190 calls. Some good calls there. All right. Yeah. All right. So and here's what's really interesting. Look, ain't a lot of put interest. Okay. Little skew to the upside here, maybe in Raytheon. What are we at right now? I don't know, 175. The at the money, slightly, in the money calls are a lot of money. All right, so the at the money straddle out the next Friday. This isn't going to be exact. We're closer to 177 and a half, so we'll look at that. Straddle to May 22nd, 15 bucks. Where's my pen? 180, 170 to the downside, which makes sense. Let's just go look at that. And we might do an iron condor here. No. If it gets off the mat, we get a strike, we'll probably see us. No, forget I said the words iron condor. 172 and a half. Let's go see if there's premium in a 172 and a half. 170 would be more conservative, but let's just go take a look here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of premium. I don't dislike this trade, man. I like the more aggressive one. What's the 170? The at the money straddle, folks. You see it just popped just below my 1 to 0.25. So no, nah. I'm going to go a little bit more aggressive, but again, I'm going a little bit more aggressive. Why? Because I'm using my thinking brain. I'm pretty damn certain the boss is going to shoot something when he's with G, or if not before he leaves, Right? Everybody, you got my commit criteria. Sell next Friday, 172 and a half. Put buy the 170. Pricing's flopping around here, 64. It was just at 71. Whatever you get filled at, write down double that number, and that's where I would maybe consider ejecting. I didn't say definitely eject, okay? You know, to a 130, 130, maybe eject. You write that down like Catherine and I do on pieces of paper because I hate Excel sheets and electronic stuff. Okay. Let me grab a screenshot. Slash, I think there is a 0%, not, well, the odds of getting eaten by a golden retriever are never zero. Good red team. Always love a good red team. I think just the opposite, man. I could be wrong, right? I'm glad you said that. I think he does what he did at Mar-a-Lago, man. Like they're having gelato and he killed Soleimani. Um, that's not a bad red team though, man. Trump likes a deal, right? Does Trump say, "I talked to Xi. He said he's going to sit on the Iranians." I don't trust the guy as far as I could throw him. Um, that's good. That's a good red team, man. I'm still going to do it because from a technical perspective, we're getting off the mat here. And even if Xi like brokered a deal, um, exactly, I don't think, you know, yeah, we'll see. Sparky, I did talk about treasury management. Make sure you watch the replay. Okay, let me just grab the screenshot. Risking 182 to make 68, 71% probability. We make money 3 out of 4 ways. Everybody knows that, right? There's Raytheon. Raytheon goes up like I think it's going to do. What if it just hovers? We make money. What if it goes down? Well, it can go down a little bit as long as it stays above our break even of 171.82, which is actually what? Below the recent resting heart rate. I like this trade. High conviction trade out of the Whiz Fighter. Let me grab a screenshot of this. I have 9 minutes left. I was maybe going to talk about a new trade we could add right now, but I'm not going to go over, man. Launching this new product. I got a ton of work to do. Um, so let me try and rip. It is a good red team. I like that. I really like that. But I still think Raytheon's going to. You know what? Maybe well, now we're just spitballing. Maybe he blasts before he lands in China, so dust is settling, and then they can do it. But all right, good. Now we're back to 70 cents in the model portfolio. I wouldn't do a full 5 grand. What's that? 25 and 25. Nah, about 20. I wouldn't do 20 or 15 in the model portfolio. That's a good looking trade. Risking 36 to make 1,400 bucks. I like that one. 73% probability of at least breaking even. Let me blast this out as an alert before I forget. I like this. I like that. All right. Where am I? Um, oh, hunters. Yep. All right. So primary. Let's go. New RTX. What is that? May 22nd. Bull put spread at everyone. All right. Grab the images. All right, so as I'm uploading this stuff, don't forget, folks, if you want to save 25%, 5 grand on lifetime, you got to shoot me an email ASAP. You don't have to pay by Friday. You just say, Wiz, I want one of those. I got to maneuver some stuff around. I get it. I got to talk to my significant other. I get that too. But to lock in the call option between now and the market close on Friday, you got to shoot me an email. Wiz, I want to save the 5 grand, uh, the 25% on lifetime. I'm getting solo AI included in that. I'm getting the new tactical trade alert service, and I'm saving 5 grand. That's a deal. That is a deal. All right. I'm going to add this position to my account, and Mike got filled right away at 67 cents. Thank you for sharing that. because that's important intel. Let me add this to the model portfolio. Also, real quick, what time is it? CBOE ripping. Get out of the way. I think I tried to, excuse me, sell a short call and I got ran over. But let's do a short call for Raytheon while we're talking about Raytheon. Out to Friday because I need to cobble some. I think the at the money yeah, the 180. Let me sell a 180 call for synthetic stock, and then I need to do the bull put spread. JP Morgan's in here too. So no short call out of me on CBOE because I'm getting run over here. Let's go May 22nd. 72 and a half, 170. And it was 20, I think, right? Yeah, 20. Yeah. It's a good looking trade, man. I love that trade. I want to jinx it. All right. JP Morgan, real quick. And then we'll look at the CBOE chart. Breaking 300, Jamie. What are we doing here? We're going to go with an at the money call. I think I just have one contract in my synthetic stock. I do. My synthetic stock's a little underwater in JP Morgan. That's fine. It's years into the future. I love Jamie Dimon. I would not sell a 300. That's way too close. I'll do the 302 and a half. And don't forget, man, if we start slinging missiles, I think we're going to get the initial knee-jerk reaction of a pullback here. I just don't. But like I said, I got run over on some CBOE short calls. So I'm going to get at it. Wow. Name your firstborn after me or your first grandkid, man. What a rip. I know Mitch is printing money. I know Paul is printing money. Anybody not in CBOE, you didn't miss it. You're gonna miss it if you don't get into it today. It looks like it's gonna. How do you know what it's gonna do, man? It's ripping. 23.5 trading. Are you kidding me? The Asian trading. They're getting into it was in the CBOE tactical trade alert. They're getting into the poly market stuff. Um, CBOE, folks, buy it with both hands. Actually, Trump bombed Syria during dessert at Mar-a-Lago. Soleimani was later. Still very dramatic on Trump's part, though. Be that guy, Jeff. I love that. I don't like saying wrong shit. Look at Anne. Her CBO, her 5 synthetic stock contracts are at $53,000. Anne joined Lifetime when it was, what was it, Anne? Like 10 grand or 7,500 bucks? When did you joined Lifetime years ago? And her once, wow. Barry, CBOE trade up 796%. I just showed you mine. Men lie, trades don't. I'm up 100% in my CBOE trade in a couple weeks. Oh, you joined when it was a 15K. Okay. But with her one CBOE trade, she's made $53,000, man. I can't. So let me answer your question. The answer is no, you're not too late on CBOE. Get into it. And yeah, there was where's this? I put that in the report. In the, where is it? Another fantastic tactical trade alert report where I did the same thing. Give me your dot plot, Wiz. Right there, baby. Oh, I need to add a Super Bowl in here because I believe in the Super Bowl case in CBOE. Look at this. Look at this report, man. Love it. Love it. It's sad. And I do. You know what? I saw a buddy of mine post on LinkedIn. I haven't talked to him since I was like in Chicago. He got laid off. He's a heavy. He lived nice. you know, nice, huge house in the suburbs, man. These are people in the option space that have been in Chicago for their whole career. This guy got laid off, man. I've senior VP is something or other, man. It's heartbreaking. Jeff, my CBOE is up 509%. And in another account, CBOE, two contracts, 6,300 bucks. I love this, man. You guys make me happy. Simple Jack. You make me happy. Bruce, 18,000 on two synthetic stock contracts. David, CBOE up 720%. All right, nobody move. I'm grabbing all these as screenshots here. Mine's only up 350%. Wow. Unbelievable, folks. Look at this. All right, I gotta grab these. How do I make this bigger? I want to screenshot these. You guys make me happy. Only up 350%. Isn't that awesome when people like, you know what, I'm just, all right, so Jeff. All right, I want to get those screenshots. Thank you. All right, where's that? All right, guys. I love seeing how good you guys are doing. You all are doing. Uh, I just can't. That makes me so happy. All right, so folks, join if you're not in Lifetime and you want to, and you want to save the 5 grand. You got to email me like now. Shoot me an email, Wiz. I want to lock in, Wiz. I got to move some stuff around, but I want to save 5 grand. It's going to go up to 20 by Friday's closing bell. I want to save 25%. I want to get access to everything and stop with the annual membership or my monthly membership or whatever it is. What's that? That pays off. If you're here for at least 2 years, 2.7 years, it's stupid not to do Lifetime. No offense, but to be honest with you, I'd prefer you stay in everything that you're doing as a businessman, but I'm not like that. Just join the Lifetime, join our elite team, our Max Afterburner team. If you're not ready or you're ready to fleet up to that, here you go. Here's just join it for now. And then once you start seeing those type of massive returns that these other folks are seeing, then you can join Lifetime and it'll be 20. Okay. If you want to join me next Wednesday night at 7 just to see me launch this new service, you can come, but you're already in it. You're already here, or you're already potentially in it to win it. All right. Any other questions, concerns? Oh, by the ways, smart remarks. We're having fun, man. If this isn't fun for you, I mean, you got problems. AI supercycle, psychedelics, all the reports are going in the reports going forward. I've been nice for the past when did we launch Solo AI? 2 months ago? Has it been that short or long? So I was hooking you up as we went, and then here we go. All right, man. I'm not, if you've noticed, I've been, Barney Fifing over here looking at this screen. I'm not shooting a sniper because we're doing the stare down. You don't want to, what's the wisdom? You don't want to catch a falling knife. So that would have been a falling knife. That would have been a falling knife. And look at what we're doing, folks. We're doing the 25s. It's a thing. We go to strike to the 25 strikes, and you don't step in front of a falling knife. This is nice, though. If we get this nice little pause here, I don't mind this. I actually, this feels good. If we get a hover up here and another leg, but I'm feeling, with the CPI bubbling into the market and a potential another strike, Well, you know what? I'll write that down. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll cover an S&P 500 trudge tomorrow. My apologies for running out of time here, but I had to launch the tactical alert service. Okay. All right, guys. Good stuff. If you need me, come over here. You can chat at me. You can yell at me. You can do whatever you want, man. There's the chat right there. And then everybody else, I'll get the replay out here shortly. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Fights on. Namaste. And basi. Wiz out. See you guys tomorrow. Cheers.